Hello, friends. Today we're gonna go over top 8 in Utah or a top 8 at a PQ that happened in Utah this past weekend. Yeah, it was this past weekend. Wow, times I felt like it was longer, but it's not. There was nearly an Emperor versus Chancellor finals, but Quinlan took out the Chancellor, and we had an Emperor Quinlan finals here. Awesome people, awesome deck lists. There's an Obi-Wan top 8 deck list as well. There's a Count Dooku top 8 deck list. We're going to go over all of that. And really quickly, I'm just going to go over my list that I took. I said my list, but it's literally C. Lapine. I can't remember. I don't know what their first name is, but they got top 8 at... was it Minneapolis? Yeah, top 8 at Minneapolis, I believe, with Han2 Blue. And, you know, I played the Data Vault and before that, and yeah, it just looked fun. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I basically took their exact list. The sideboard is a little bit different, but I think all I did was I took out an open fire for a third Phantom 2. And I took out the Chewbacca for a third Kanan Jarrus. And I talked to them briefly on Discord, asked them a few questions about some stuff, and they said they never even played Chewbacca during the whole tournament, and they mentioned that Kanan was great, and they'd probably play a third Kanan. So that's what I did. And yeah, overall, yeah, it was great stuff. I went 4-2, but in the 6th round, because there was 63 players at this PQ. In the 6th round, it was a win and in, and I was playing against Christine on Quinlan, and unfortunately, I feel like the blue deck has a worse matchup into Quinlan than the Data Vault one does, but man, she smoked me. She completely crushed me, 2-0'd me. Game 2. Like, I had a card I could play, but it didn't matter either way. Like, if I played it, then it would die to her playing. Like, I had a Phantom in my hand I could play, but obviously she would just play, claim and play a 3-cost on the next turn, and then Phantom would die. And so it was a painful game. I tried to claw back, but I didn't even do damage to her base in game 2. It was insane. But my only other loss that day was to Ian on Cunning Emperor, and he was also in the finals. So it was literally Ian and Christine in the finals, friends of mine, and they smoked me that day. So let's go over some of their lists. All right, let's go to Christine's here. Quinlan Tarkintown. She is an Anakin believer. She's got 2 Anakin in here. Before, at the last PQ, her and I played in top 4, but I was on Data Vault then, obviously. She had the hidden sharpshooters in the main, but she has them in the side now. And I think this mostly looks like the same stuff, but she might have only had 1 Anakin in the main last time, but she has 2 this time. And yeah, mostly looks like the normal Quinlan stuff you see. I think sometimes Quinlan has been dropping some number of Han Solos, but she's got the full 3 in the main. And yeah, she's got a Fennec Shand in the side as well. Yeah, solid. Here we go. We've got Ian's Emperor Palpatine list. He also, both of them 2-0'd me. On to say this, Ian got me in round 3, and yeah, I don't know if it was game 1 or 2, but one of those games, Ian played Bazine on me 5 times because of like, he played all 3 McClunkies, and I'm pretty sure like there's also 2 different times where like Vader pulled out 2 things, like ISB agent and something else, and in the 2 games, yeah, I pulled out Bazine and ISB agent, and like I had a village protectors out, and so he did that play first. So then ISB agent came out, and then he revealed a event in his hand, popped the shield, and then Vader had to kill the village protectors. It's just absolutely super strong stuff. A couple times where he'd kill his elite P-38 to deal 2 damage to one of my units essentially, and finish it off. And what's crazy too is even in, I think, game 2 against Ian, he resupplied on the 3 resource, and I had Cham in hand and was able to cheat Cham out. And it seemed like it was going to be a good game, but then like 2 turns later, I can't even remember what happened. But it got out of control. Oh, yeah, this might have been the game where he's bazining me a bunch of times. I had all 3 of my crate dragons in my hand, and he discarded all of them with bazine, which is so crazy. But yeah, this was a great list. I love the main board, Frozen and Carbonites. They're awesome. Yeah, looks like good stuff. All right, here is the blue Chancellor list that got into top 4. This is a 55 card list. Let's just check Ian's really quick. Yeah, Ian was playing a 50 card Emperor list. Very tight list. Over here, Brenner's got a 55 card blue Chancellor list. When you start looking at the list, you know, everything makes sense, you know? It's like, yeah, this is all of the good blue cards you would put in this deck. And, you know, I went and checked the math, and he's got 12 turn 1 plays, but like with a 55 card deck. And technically, I mean, it's not the craziest thing. It is about 2% less of a chance of getting a turn 1 play. 2% isn't the most insane thing, but I feel like, for me personally, especially because he's got so much good strong removal in here, you know, I probably would have gotten it down to 51 with no Perilous and no Bounty Hunter crew in the main. But I understand wanting the versatility of Perilous. It makes sense. But like, yeah, mostly a really tight list there too, you know, plays the good cards. And he played against if he wouldn't have gotten matched up to Christine in top 4, and then if Christine would have lost her top 4 to somebody else, they might have been able to take it. But this is the only Chancellor that has gotten into top 8 in the set 4 meta in a PQ. So very cool, very cool. I like all of these blue cards, you know. Rose is fine. Not Rose. Paige Tico is fine over here. You know, 3 power turn 1 play, totally fine. And Hair is fine. Yeah, really cool. Next we've got my teammate Nick Andrews' Han Solo Data Vault list. He was in top 4. He lost to Ian in top 4 here. I probably would have played mostly a similar list this weekend, except it would have been instead of Fleet Lieutenants, I'd have Echo-based defenders. He's got K2 SOs in here and 3 Adelphi, and I would have had Mon Mothmas in here instead of that, I think. But I still would have had 2 Adelphis. But yeah, strong list, and yeah, well played. Top 4, finalist last time, top 4 this time. He's topped so many PQs. I think every single one he's played in. Very cool. Next, we've got an Obi-Wan Data Vault list that was in the top 8. It's got 2 of each saber here. It has the Silver Angel in here, which seems understandable with Obi-Wan synergy. I believe this says when damage is healed off of this, you can deal a damage to something. That makes sense. It's Obi-Wan. We've got Huyang here to synergize with the General's Blade, possibly. And yeah, some more Rebels, and we've got a Quill in here. It does look like mostly green cards in here, so Quill probably draws you a card, which is pretty cool. The Force is With Me is in here. The One of Redemption, triple home one. Yeah, looks like some good stuff. And the side is just some defensive ships, probably for Vader, some traitors possibly for Vader as well. Strike Trues also possibly for Vader pilot. This whole side deck might be just for Vader pilot. That's funny. Yeah, cool stuff here, and a tech in there. And next we've got Matt Freed here once again, top 8ing back to back with Cunning Count Dooku. This time, I think he said the main difference is he got Geonosis Patrol Fighter in here this time, and that it had been really useful throughout the day, just as a unique tool sometimes to handle certain threats. He loves the 2 Vanguard droid bombers in here. He'll never take these out. He mentions all the time how his invisible hand attacks, and if the Vanguard bomber wasn't in his deck, then his opponent gets an extra action before he can kill them. So he loves them in here. They're out of aspect, but you know what? Invisible hand plays them for free. So yeah, it gives him that extra reach. You know, huge ships early, and the triple change of heart is super strong. And once again, still with 2 strike trues in here, because when you get to play invisible hands or invisible hands and invincibles early, those kill Poes, those kill wreckers. They kill tons of stuff in the ground, and it's only 3 resources. Pretty cool. And he still has the look the other ways in the side. He loves these. So that's basically all I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm already starting to investigate some set 5 decks, because the PQ season is over for me personally. We got to try to figure out some cool stuff for Galactics, and I'm excited. There's already a bunch of stuff I want to try, and I have lists that have like 80 cards in them, and I have to dwindle them down and find ways to make them better. I want to look into a Thrawn 4 Cunning. I want to look into like every variant of Avar Chris. I want to look into all sorts of different kinds of Doom decks. Kanan, Ambush, Vader 5 decks. It's lots of cool stuff, and we don't even have half of the cards yet, so very excited. Let me know what you thought about this top 8 here, and what you're excited for in set 5 in the comments. Hey, we made it to 1,000 subscribers, so I can actually take YouTube's money now, so that's really cool. Thank you for doing that, everybody. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.